Hello and welcome to today's video. So for the next week, I am going to be attempting to read 100 pages every single day. I would really love to do the challenge where you read 200 pages every single day, but I've been in a huge slump, so I feel like this is a better place to start to slowly get me out of my slump and not be so crazy challenging, because I've been reading nothing every single day. So 100 pages is still a challenge for me right now. Also, we've unlocked a new location. The AC in my room broke and is currently being fixed, so I have moved to a different room. Anyways, I'm starting this vlog at almost 7 o'clock at night, hence the bad lighting. And if you could hear my dog chewing her toy in the background, I'm so sorry. I'm currently reading Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. This is a small town, brother's best friend, cowboy romance. I read 52 pages today, and I'm on chapter 42, page 254. So I'm about halfway through my pages for the day. The book starts off with our main character, Cece, who breaks up with her fiance of like 7 years, and then she moves back home to her family ranch. And then she runs into Nash, who is both of her brothers' best friend, and they immediately banter right away because they've known each other for so long. If you read the back of the book, they try to set up the fact that Cece really doesn't like Nash because he used to tease her when they were younger, but it's really not that big of an issue, and they get over it after 5 seconds. But anyways, long story short, they have good banter, they get along really well because they are good friends, because they've known each other since they were younger. But there is this forbidden element because he's so ingrained in the family and best friends with her brother. So that's all I'm gonna tell you, because that's all that's on the back of the book, so I'm not gonna tell you anything else. There is a little bit of a darker element to the story. We also learn in the beginning of the book that Cece's father just passed away recently, and we also learn that Nash was very close with Cece's father, and he also has a history with his parents that's sad. So it is a little bit more than just a surface level cowboy romance, but I'm not so attached to it. This book is also super spicy. Like, a scene will last for 3 chapters and I'll think it's finally done, and it is done for a little bit, and then we're right back to it. Like, it's a lot. I feel like this book could be shorter if a bunch of those scenes were cut out, because it's just a lot. I have 48 pages left to read for today. Daisy is in her crate. She's supposed to have dinner in like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna sit here and read for the next 20 minutes till she's ready. And then I will hopefully finish up my pages later tonight. It is 10:30. I'm trying to whisper because Daisy is trying to sleep. I'm back in my room. The AC is fixed, and I am up to chapter 56, page 332 of Holding the Reins. So as of now, I have read 130 pages. So I completed my pages for the day. I might read a little bit more on my Kindle right now, but as of now, I've read 130 pages. So I'll put up on the screen the actual total number of pages if I read more than 130. I also forgot to mention that Nash is a retired hockey player. It's barely in the plot. I feel like it might come into play a little bit more now, but it's kind of useless information. Also, another thing, the nicknames are so bad. He calls her Little One and Little Firefly. Like, absolutely not. No, I don't like little before these nicknames. Not a fan. That's all for me today. I'm gonna lay in bed and hopefully read a little bit more of Holding the Reins on my Kindle. I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of this challenge. Welcome to Thursday, day 2 of this challenge. Yesterday, I ended up finishing Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I gave this 3 stars. I just felt like it was very surface level. Even with all the issues that both of our main characters were dealing with, they only had like a couple of emotional conversations, and there were times when I wished they would have had more meaningful conversations, and then it was just spice. So this is like a fun, spicy time if that's what you're looking for, but I kind of wasn't really in the mood for that when I was reading this, but it was okay. It was cute, just nothing amazing. Also, like I mentioned, the hockey element of the book was so irrelevant, and Nash could have had any career. Literally, he could have just been working on the ranch because that's basically what he was doing. It was totally irrelevant that he played hockey. Also, I know I said before that it's better because they were childhood friends, so they knew a lot about each other, and that is true, but I didn't feel it. I feel like it was just told to me that they've known each other for so long, but I didn't feel like they actually knew each other. It felt like they were actually getting to know each other for the first time in the present. It was interesting. 3 stars, solid, fun, spicy time. Anyways, it's literally Thursday at 9:30 p.m. and I have not read any pages for today. It's gonna get done, I hope, I pray, I think. I think I'm going to start Strange Houses by Uketsu. This is on my monthly TBR. This is a translated mystery thriller, possibly horror, I think. I think it's about a guy who buys a new house and there seems to be like a dead space in the floor plan. So he gets his friend who's an architect to come and help him decipher the floor plans, and I guess there's like a spooky situation going on in there. But it looks like a lot of it is written like a script. Like you have the floor plans and then you have a script. So I feel like this should be very quick to fly through, and the font is pretty big. So am I cheating today? Maybe, but it's okay. This book is 192 pages. He always wears a white mask. That's creepy. Should I be scared? I'm gonna sit and take off my makeup and then read hopefully 100 pages of this book. And if I don't get it done, then whatever I don't finish will carry over to tomorrow. But I hope I will read the 100 pages. Welcome to day 3 of this challenge. Last night I ended up reading 102 pages of Strange Houses. This book is so freaking eerie and creepy. I don't know how the author and the translator managed to make me feel so creeped out so early on in the book. I don't want to say too much because it is a mystery, but I completed my pages for yesterday and I didn't read anything so far today. It is 2 p.m. I think. Daisy's just sitting and staring at me. She went to the vet today and had her shots, so she's very tired. So I'm on page 103 now, and there are 192 pages, so I'm gonna sit in bed while Daisy naps and finish up this book now, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna read after to finish my pages for the day. But yeah, this is crazy. I wanna look into the author's other books. I know he has another book in the series called Strange Buildings, and then he has a book that came before this one called Strange Pictures. I don't know why I thought this one was first, but it's not. I'm gonna shut up and go sit and read this book. Oh, that doesn't make sense. This is so creepy, I can't. What does this have to do? Okay, I guess we'll find out. This is so creepy. It's so creepy. Alright, this lighting is mad weird, but I'm working with what I can right now. But I ended up finishing Strange Houses with the afterword and the note from the translator, I ended up reading 101 pages. So I completed my pages for the day. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. It went in an interesting direction that I don't know if I loved, but it was still very entertaining. But the first half of this book is definitely creepier than the second half of the book. But there were some icky moments towards the end. Not gory, just uncomfortable. The ending of this is also a little bit open-ended, and it's supposed to be that way, and I don't love that, but it was still very entertaining. And I still do want to try to read Strange Pictures. I don't know about Strange Buildings. I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, I completed my pages for the day. It's 7 o'clock, and I think I'm gonna end up reading a little bit more tonight, but I don't know what I'm gonna read. I'm still focusing on my monthly TBRs. I'm feeling like either Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles or The Husbands by Holly Gramazio, but I have not decided yet. So I will check back in tomorrow and I'll update you if I end up reading a little bit more tonight. But now that I completed my pages for the day, I'm not rushing to start a new book. All right, that's all for me today. I will see you tomorrow. It is Sunday, day 5 of this reading challenge. For yesterday, day 4, I started The Husbands by Holly Gramazio, and I read 242 pages. So I completed my 100 pages for the day. So this book is about this girl, Lauren, who comes home and is greeted by her husband. But the problem is she doesn't have a husband. She looks at her phone, there are pictures of them together. Her friends and family know who he is, and they are actually married. And she's trying to figure this all out, and then he goes up into the attic to change a light bulb, and he comes down and he is a different man. And every single time her husband, whoever it may be, goes into the attic for something, they come down and they're a different man. We're literally just going through her dealing with all these different husbands, and it's so interesting because depending on her mood, sometimes she'll just like send the guy back up immediately because he chews loudly, or she doesn't like the way he's dressed. And then sometimes she's just like, I'll let this one stick around for a little bit. I'm just wondering how much we're gonna find out. Like, are we gonna find out why this is happening? And what is the purpose of this? Is it so that she can go and find these men and find the guy that she thinks is the best husband? Or is it just showing her different people that she could have married and different lives she could have had? And I'm wondering what is gonna break the cycle. That should be interesting. But for today, day 5, I have not read anything, and it is 7:45 p.m. I'm not feeling great today. I have a raging headache right now, but I think I'm gonna sit and read a little bit. I'm up to chapter 24, and I just got up to an interesting point in the plot. This is also the large print edition, so I'm reading it much quicker than I would read a regular book. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It is 10:30. This light is so bright. I am up to chapter 36, and I read 121 pages of The Husbands. I feel like I was more invested in the beginning. It's still entertaining, but I'm not loving it as much as I was in the beginning. It just took like a weird turn, and I don't know how it's gonna go. I think I literally have 99 pages left, which is so annoying for tomorrow. But I finished my pages for today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of this challenge. It is literally days later because I failed the last 2 days of this challenge. So let's just say I completed a work week because I did 5 days, and I just failed days 6 and 7. So on day 6, I ended up reading 49 pages of The Husbands. I really was planning on finishing my pages for the day on day 6, but my eyes were literally closing as I was reading this because I was so exhausted, so I just gave up and went to sleep. And then on Tuesday, day 7, I read 50 pages of The Husbands, and I finished this book up. And then I just didn't feel like starting a new book, and again, I was exhausted and I just had no patience. 5 out of 7 is better than 0 out of 7. I'm taking it as a win still. it's okay. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars. I don't know. I don't think I like how this ended and how certain things were resolved. I don't want to ruin it, but I still don't get the whole point of this book and why things happened the way they happened. I feel like the first half of this book was better than the second half. The second half was a little bit repetitive and a little bit boring, but it was still entertaining. 3.5 stars is still a solid rating, and I did enjoy this book, but there were just certain things about it that I didn't love. So my total pages that I read during the challenge was 826 pages. So if you average that out, it's 118 pages per day. So I'm okay with that because certain days I read more than the 100 pages. So it made up for the days that I failed, in my eyes at least. These were the 3 books I read during this challenge. We had a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 3.5. Not bad, not fantastic, but pretty good. Looking back at this footage, I didn't love the way this vlog turned out. I'm getting the hang of doing vlogs while having a puppy because I feel like it's been a little bit more difficult for me. I don't know why. I'm trying my best out here. Need to get used to it. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.